Hi, my name's Carrie Teague, and today I will be talking about the diversity of death, death in different cultures. Observing how and pondering why. Tibet. Tibet ritual is very mysterious and intriguing. They believe in life after death and reincarnation. Depending on how you acted throughout your life will depend on how you are reincarnated. They take their deceased and take them to the highest point in their area and leave the bodies out in the open. The vultures will then come and pick their bodies clean. If the vultures pick the body clean within a certain amount of time, that means the soul was pure and will be reincarnated or rebirthed. They believe that souls departed can go directly to heaven if they are only laid in a high place. Do you believe in reincarnation? The people of Ghana. My funerals are big deals with a long goodbye. They invest in their dead rather than the living. They feel that the afterlife is more important. Charles Gabriel Palmer Buckle wrote, the Archbishop of Accra said, the surest way to remember the dead is not type of coffins used to bury them, nor is not the type of cloth or t-shirt wore during their funerals, but doing something positive for the dead which benefits the living. They officiate official criers and prayers as mourners of the funeral. The rest of the ritual is strictly ritual. Ghana is also known for their extreme caskets. As you can see, this one was built to look like a Coca-Cola bottle. They will spend an upwards of $15,000 to $20,000. $6,000 of that is just for advertising the deceased person's death. Most of their funerals start on a Saturday and will last days at a time, ending on a Saturday. I found this information on thelonggoodbye.cnn.com. New Orleans. Cutting loose with a parade party. New Orleans are born of West African traditions brought to America by slaves and blended with European military tradition, also known as jazz funerals. They parade up and down the streets in lines. They have what is called a first line, which it consists of the immediate family members and friends. The second line is a group of mourners from town and other places that join in on the celebration of the deceased. New Orleans' philosophy is, let the good times roll, even in death. Brought to you by funeralwise.com. 4. How do you see yourself being buried? Green burial. A tree. A tree would be what is considered a green burial. You can be wrapped in a shroud in the root of the tree, and the tree is placed in the ground. In the end, it's letting nature take its course. Next, you have the option of cremation pendants or necklaces. After cremation is completed, your cremains will be placed in such. Or, would you do traditional burial, which is being placed in a casket with any type of ceremony you desire, either in a chapel, elsewhere, or even at the graveside itself? Let me end by asking, have you made final arrangements for yourself when your end is near? What will you choose? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions?
Can you do the same can you do a traditional burial but kind of move it into a cremation service? Do you do cremation services?
Yes. Pretty much what you can imagine we probably should do.
Do you think that people are turning more towards cremation than traditional burial?
Yes.
Why?
When it's easier, a lot faster, and cheaper. And most of the time, well, I don't want to say most of the time, but sometimes people just can't make up their minds. And a lot has to do with, today I believe that people don't stay in one place and they don't want to leave their loved ones behind.
How do you go about doing the green burial and being placed in the tree and all?
There's no embalming, nothing used like that. They would take your body and wrap it in a shroud. They would wash you, wrap it in the shroud around the root of the tree and set the tree in the ground and plant it. And then you have like a plaque right there in the ground or on the tree, and the tree will grow.
So you become fertilizer.
Pretty much.
We went to family had the tree to visit in honor of you instead of a tombstone.
That I don't know if it's sort of a question or not, but that Tibetan type
Uh-huh.
burial, that put me in mind of the native Indian way they would take them up on the mountain, but they would burn their bodies there, I believe.
Well, the Tibets also burn because they have different statues of people, like
Cause they believe in
like
reincarnation.
upper class, lower class, middle class, and then you have your politics and your really high up people like your kings and such. I guess I found this one interesting because they literally just take you out and throw you up on the high spot on the mountain and let the vultures eat you. So, and then they return to get your bones and then they bury your bones. So it's a little different.
That put a whole new meaning to Vince Gill's song, "Go Rest High Up on the Mountain."
What is your opinion on the Mexican tradition of the Day of the Dead? Your thoughts and opinions on that?
I really don't have one per se, but I think it's very interesting.
To see people,
I think it would be cool if something like that really could happen, honestly.
right?
Have you ever saw anyone bring a meal and put it on the grave? Now that he asked a question about Day of the Dead, do you know why they do that?
No. And I've not seen one. I've seen it on TV and in documentaries, but I can't really remember why.